Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have finally filmed this video. I'm finally filming this video testing the Bloodlust Artistry palette by Jeffree Cosmetics, and I am super excited. So basically last time I sat down to film, it's like, what time is it now? It's like 10 past 12 at night. Last time I sat down to film, it went like tits up. Everything was going crazy, and basically I have not been working at the minute. I'm not really going to get into that because I can't, but I'll let you guys know eventually. I'll do a story time when I can. But yeah, so I've been feeling really down and depressed and getting into a funk again, which I don't really want to let affect my YouTube channel, affect my progress, affect my Instagram, but it always does. And staying inside from working full-time every day as a carer, healthcare assistant, which is what I do, it's changed me a lot, and the video wasn't focusing on the makeup. It just wasn't focusing, like actually the camera wasn't focusing properly. Now it seems to be okay now, but I have the rest of my makeup done. I have the P. Louise base and 0.5 rumor on, and we're gonna get into it. So first of all, I will let you guys know how much the palette was. Okay, so details. Okay, so $16.95. The gloss Sickening was $16.95, and the Bloodlust palette was €63. So altogether it was like $79.95. So €63 for the palette, which is expensive, but I am super impressed with the packaging. So I'll show you guys here. This is the Bloodlust palette. Now I've used the palette, so it's not going to look in perfect condition, so I wanted to test it out. But this is the palette. I often like to test products out before showing you guys, just because it kind of, my hair looks longer as well. I just have it in ponytail, just because it kind of gives me an idea of how I'm going to use the palette and create a look. It's not easy, and I do thank people that are a fan of my channel. It helps me so much. I've just been feeling super stressed, and for the past 3 weeks just feeling depressed, hard to get out of the bed. I suffer with depression, borderline personality disorder, and which is BPD it's called, which I'll do a video dedicated to that, and anxiety disorder. So I have a lot of stuff going on, so it is hard for me when I go from working full time, being distracted, to just being like at home. So this is the Bloodlust palette. Anyway, let's get into it. So first of all, I'll be doing a swatches clip probably soon and inserting this, but first of all, look at this packaging. She is stunning. It is a beautiful purple leather color. It's showing up through the color on camera. It has all the details on the back. They have the vegan, cruelty free, the Instagram, the YouTube of Jeffree Cosmetics. It just says 12 months. It has the cruelty free thing, and it says the Bloodlust Artistry palette. Now I can vouch that some of these colors will stay in your eyes, so some of them will stay in your eyes, because you know those pressed pigment palettes, the way it is. But definitely beautiful, so just be aware that they will stay in your eyes. So some of the colors, so this is gorgeous. It's like insignia, and then look at this. This is so interesting. It's like a jewelry clasp. Jeffree said he wanted to make something different, so in this with it came like a big huge here it is. Here it's like a triangle to protect the palette. It's made of plastic. Jeffree had it. It's super thick, so to protect the palette. And in here it has a bumper around the palette, so that if it was in transit, nothing would happen to it. Now I'm definitely going to keep the box. It is beautiful. I'll just put it on the floor for a minute. Now the shade Wet Jewel, it looks a little bit, I'm actually so upset with myself that it looks a bit like disfigured or something. The reason of this is because the star has gone out of it when I dipped in with a brush, but the rest of the shades look perfect. It is such a stunning palette. In here, this is actually fabric. So it's the shades Your Majesty, Take the Crown, Deviant, Beauty Sleep, Wet Jewel, Royal Pain, Dungeon, Scandal Water, I love that one, Sworn Enemy, Pink Magic, Bleeding Heart, Executioner, High King, Vivid Mood, Monarchy, Blood Queen, Vile Serpent, and Betrayal. I love them. Jeffree is so dramatic. Now at first I wanted this palette to have more purple shades in it, but I actually do really like it. Like, it actually looks so nice when I look at it. And I do think that although I would have liked it initially to have more purpley shades and purple tones, it does look nice. So I feel like Jeffree knows what he's doing. He's been in the game long enough now to know what he's doing. So yeah. So I'm basically going to I'm just going to grab a skin frost so that I can look into it as well. So I'll zoom you guys in a bit and we can start on the eyes. Obviously the rest of the face is done. We have our 0.5 Rumor by P. Louise. This is the best eye base for me personally. Like, obviously I'm not being paid, this is not sponsored, I wish, but I really love this eye base. It's so tacky and sticky, and it just, like, even now it's kind of dried down a bit. If you are afraid to put something on, I would suggest if you want your shadows to be pigmented, I'll use this base. I think it's so good. You could use a different base, but this is definitely my favorite. But you could also, a little bit goes a long way with this base. Like, I have it I think over a year, and obviously now there's like less of it and I need to get a new one, but it has still stayed true to color. Like, it has lasted so long. And if you're my skin tone, maybe lighter, you might need to go a bit lighter, but I use the shade 0.5 Rumor. Such a tacky base for the shadows to stick to, so I really think this is helpful. So we're going to zoom you guys in and get started with the eyes. Now I will say that there is fallout, so be prepared for fallout. I should have really put sticky tape on my eye, but I couldn't because I have the rest of my makeup on, but I will show you guys. Zooming myself in. We are in focus, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to take the first shade, which is the shade Deviant, and I'm going to take it across the whole eye. So I'm taking a random fluffy brush. Now there is quite a bit of fallout in the pan, as you can see, but I don't really mind this. It's only on the eyes, so I like to tap it off first of all. Now, are we okay? I'm sorry, this is just a new camera and I'm trying to figure everything out. Okay, so I'm gonna take my eye and just blend it over the whole eye. Now, sometimes if you feel like your base is too tacky, you can give it a second to dry down, so to speak. So you can take your shade, kind of give it a second just to dry down naturally. I wouldn't suggest ever putting any, if you want your shades to be pigmented and blendable, I wouldn't suggest ever putting any powder on, like any type of setting powder, any powder to set the eyes, because I find that doesn't work and it's just not going to look as good. So I'm just blending this beautiful. Hi guys, so we are back with one eye done, and basically we dipped into Deviant, which we already had in our eye actually. We already have Deviant, then we dipped into Scandal Water and Dungeon. So we used 3 shades at this side of the palette, so we just used this little quad of shades over here to get this look done. So now we are going to do, and I was just watching videos as I did it, so now we're going to do it on this eye. So basically I feel like it's always easier to do makeup when you're not doing it on camera. So you can see me now, I'm in focus and I want to stay in focus. So I'm going to take my also we used Beauty Sleep for all over the eye, which actually the palette didn't sting my eye, but my eye is stinging because of the setting spray. It's stinging, which is great. I'm like, yay. So we have one color coating that, so I'll have to take another brush because I used the same brush twice, if you get me. I'm just gonna take a random fluffy brush. So we're gonna try and focus. This camera is driving me insane with focus. Okay, now we're in focus. We're gonna take Scandal Water, so I'm dipping into this beautiful shade, tapping off the excess, make sure we're focused, and we're gonna go into the outer portion of the eye. So we're taking Scandal Water, which is such a funny name, I love it. We're just gonna go through the crease with this color. So people ask me how I do my looks, and I basically build up the color, and the coverage. So I'm just gonna take Scandal Water, pat it into the eye, and then drag it throughout the crease so that it creates a beautiful color. It's a lovely color story. So now we're feeling very blue. We're feeling very blue and pretty. It's like an enchanted theme. It reminds me of like a Cinderella theme, really. So we're pushing this throughout our crease, adding this in the portion of our eye. So we're blending this on top of Deviant. Now things are going to look worse before they look good. So that's what Nikki Tutorial says, that's what I say. Pretty much everyone creating an eye look, things are not going to look pretty before they look good. Things are going to look all over the place, and blending and everything must come into play when you're doing an eye look. So now I take this and I take our deep shade, which is Dungeon. Now this is like a purpley blue shade. It's almost like the colour of a bruise. So we're going to take this, and I like to just pack this into the outer corner of the eye first. So I pack this into the outer corner of the eye, and then we drag in a bit. But first of all, you want to take it. Now the deeper shades are going to be the ones with a lot of fallout. So you're going to have to take it, then you're going to blend. So take it gently, and then we're going to blend. Now this is creating a beautiful, it's like a stormy effect. It's really, really nice. So we're taking more. Now some people would take a tiny bit and blend it out, but we are all for taking risks on this channel, looking a bit like, you know, artistic, a bit crazy. So we're blending it in, patting it in, and moving it like that. And I really like teaching you guys stuff, and I know a lot of you guys probably already know this already, but if you are a beginner at makeup, I like to teach you guys things about my eye looks and stuff like that, because everybody does makeup in their own way. Yes, we are in a nice place. So I'm just taking this piece of Dungeon. Now I'm going to blend it throughout the crease. So we're looking quite grungy and dark. So now I am going to cut the crease with some concealer. So I am taking my concealer. I'm going to cut the crease and I'll be right back. You know what I mean? Like they feel like the skin frost. They feel like a heavier sort of thing. So I'm taking Beauty Sleep. We're dipping in. This is a beautiful like enchanted pink. Am I in focus? This camera is driving me insane. It's new. I hope I'm in focus. So this is my first proper makeup video where I'm actually applying makeup using this camera. So now a little bit goes a long way with this shade, but I'm just taking it and putting it on my brush. Now you can take your finger, which would probably be more accurate and pretty and everything. You're technically not supposed to be touching your eye that much with this whole coronavirus thing, but I'm just gonna, you know, fuck it. Like I've been in the house a lot, I've been isolated already. I don't have it, but they tell you to self-isolate or stay in the house. It does look pretty when you use a finger too. I'm just kind of blending this in. So now what I like to do after taking the shade, which looks really good, I'm just gonna put more on this side. What I like to do now is I like to take the deeper shade that we had, which was the shade Dungeon, and I like to just kind of check it in onto this side of the eye, like just kind of rub it in where it's kind of where the other shade, the shimmer shade, is touching the outer corner shade. That's what I meant to say. So I like to pat it in and then just drag it in a little bit. Just drag it in. I've not even really been watching YouTube. I've just been like been depressed lately, so I want to get back into watching my favorite YouTubers, which will be Raw Beauty Christy, Peter Mon, Soph Does Nails, formerly known as, now she's like Soph Does Life, which I think is cool. Also congrats to her for getting 1 million. She definitely deserves it. I know it was a while ago, but still. But yeah, I just want to get back into watching, like I obviously watch Shane Dawson still, but I have not been watching my YouTubers that I love. So this is the eye look. It looks super pretty. Now we're going to take our Makeup Revolution, do a eyeliner, so you can just use a gel liner, whatever type of liner you want. But first of all, we can take a shade to go underneath the eye. So I was almost forgetting there. So I'm going to take a little brush like this. So if you have a brush like this is the Morphe M455 brush. It's like a little stubby brush type of thing. So first of all, this is the eye look. Little stubby brush, and take a shade that you want under the eye. So I personally want Scandal Water. Such a pretty, like it's like a periwinkle blue shade. So I'm going to take this shade, tap off the excess, and we're going to go underneath the eye. Be careful, don't poke yourself in the eye here. And I don't like to use too much under my eye, as I don't want to look like a raccoon or something. I used to go for the whole seeing kid. I always wanted the coon hair, coon tail thing. I wanted like to be like a complete, at first I was an emo, then I was a seeing kid. Oh, don't ask. Now be careful this doesn't get on your actual eyeball. They're telling you not to touch your eyes. They're telling you to wash your hands regularly. So you gotta stay safe out there, guys, with the whole coronavirus thing. Okay, now I look a bit grungy. So what I like to do is wipe off the brush a bit and just go in with no excess colour. Just blend it in a bit. It's sad that I'm not going anywhere after this, that I'm just going to be going, like, taking it off. So you can tap on some setting spray if you want. I'm just taking the shade Wet Jewel, which is the pink shade. I'm putting this is a very beautiful sparkly shade. I know I was kind of giving, like, not giving out, but I was saying I prefer the other shade of shimmer, but this is a very pretty. I am glad that Jeffree added in these different textures into the palette, because this is really nice as an inner corner shade. So now we're going to do the liquid liner, and I'll be back. But I hope you guys are enjoying the eye look so far. I cannot wait to create a bunch of eye looks. I'm going to do a series using this palette, so really exciting. I'll be back. We're going to take the shade Can't Relate. I love when Jeffree says can't relate. So now I'm just going to take this, apply it. It's like a pinky nude shade. I love this shade lately. So ignore the state of my lips, they look super chapped, but this is the shade. It's a really pretty pinky nude. Loving the eye look, actually. Looks really pretty. I love using like lighter colours on the inner corner and then deeper colours on the outer corner to achieve the desired look that I like. So yay. So I am going to oh, this camera is driving me insane. I thought it would focus better. It's driving me so crazy. But yeah, I'm going to take this gloss, which is a Victoria's Secret lip glow. It's a hollow glow, so it's like a holographic. Well, it's not really holographic, it's actually iridescent, but I hate when people say it's holographic and it's not. Simply Nailogical taught me all about that. I had not watched anyone's videos in ages, let alone hers. I must get back into it. So I love a glossy lip lately, just because in the winter my lips are super chapped. So I'll show you guys. So this is the look so far. Loving it. So I'm gonna go put on the lashes and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. So this is the gloss. This is the packaging of the gloss. I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. Oops, I knocked something over. So this is the gloss. This is the shade Sickening, which I got. I wish I could have afforded them all. I wish I was on this BR list. I love Jeffree so much. But now it says, finishes are glitter fantasy and extreme, shine, juicy, delicious, iconic on its own or over any lipstick. Now this is true, but I would typically love to wear like a blue toned or a purple toned lipstick. If I try to put this over a pink or a nude, I've tried it before and it does not look good, obviously, because it's purple. Look at this packaging. This is the first gloss I have owned. Unfortunately, I own like all of Jeffree's palettes except the Thirsty palette. I own most of his lipsticks, a bunch of his Skin Floss, just a bunch of his stuff. So this is the beautiful gloss in the shade Sickening. So I'm gonna swatch the gloss for you guys. Look at the top, the detail is amazing. So now this is what it looks like. I love this applicator, so I'm just gonna. So this is what it looks like. It's like liquid glass. I love the way when you take it out, it doesn't transfer around the edge. It looks amazing. Now obviously I have my softbox, my ring light, but it just looks so good. It's like literally glass and it's like a beautiful blue tone. So I'll just wipe this off here. So this is the gloss. As I said, I'm going to be doing different looks using different portions and combinations of the palette, so I will be doing that during the week. But please subscribe. I promise I'll be posting videos. This video wasn't as hard to do as I thought. It was just like when you're depressed, things feel like they're harder than they are. If things feel like it's harder to do things than you usually would feel. So yeah, if you relate, thank you, and I'm sorry because depression sucks. But please like and subscribe. Smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. Turn post notifications on. I'm so sorry about the focusing issue. I hope this video is focused. I'm gonna go crazy. I love you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I just created a makeup page. Check me out, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.